All right, we're back.
Hello.
Everything's back.
Hello.
So yeah, Maya was explaining that even though there's this infinite number of worlds,
Hmm.
it's really hard to travel past the couple of dozen that we know about and that are commonly traveled.
I
So if
say
you had a vision of the worlds beyond the known universe, it could be anything.
right. Did I get anything else? Any identifying characteristics, a constellation, anything like that from my vision?
Yeah, we'll say like you have like this idea of like yeah, different constellations, how it would
Mhm.
look like. I think you like see the sky above the was it the throne of seven.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote that out of the description, but I'm happy to keep using that if
No, yeah, we'll use that.
yeah.
um
Okay. Hang on, let's figure out. So like, are we okay saying I have a name for this person and like I know the name of the throne and then I have like a constellation? Try to match it to?
the throne of seven keys.
Yeah.
I don't think you know any names. Like
Okay.
maybe you saw the face of this woman.
Mm-hmm. Like I
um
would recognize her if I saw her.
right.
Do I know the name, the Throne of the Seven Keys?
I think so.
Okay. But that's all I've got. I've got this constellation, the name of the throne, and the face of the woman with golden skin.
Right.
Okay.
And that's more than enough for a power to find anything if they
Oh, for sure.
want to spend the MP on it. Um,
Yeah. So I need a star map, and I probably need like a library. So I'm gonna ask Umaya for those things.
um, a star map and a Maya and a library.
Yeah. Like where do I go to get that?
I
Because I'm assuming that the way Aspect Miracle is like if it's not a constellation I recognize as being on, is it a constellation I recognize as being on Earth?
no.
Okay.
I
Like
mean,
I think
Umaya would
I wouldn't.
immediately be like, "Oh, that's in heaven. Everything you need's in heaven." Um,
Right. No. Okay. That's not going to work. I can't get there. Um.
Also, you're an experienced Nobilis player, so you should know better than to ask your Imperator for help.
That's fair.
So when I say
uh.
she says go to heaven, that's what you get.
Right. Okay. I say like yes, my liege, and I ask if they require any further assistance.
No, you can leave me be for now.
So what I'd like to do is I'd like to walk like out and try to find the other two.
Sure. So I think you probably can go to this like higher tower and see where Primarch's character. You can see where Robert Steele, yeah, is kind of carrying this body who seems to be wearing the
Hmm.
same fantastic sense of styled suit that he's wearing.
Yeah.
And they like enter this ruined I wouldn't say ruined like prison area. Like there's like bars on the windows.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll go to them.
Sure.
All right. I think you arrive when just as I think that I go into sort of just an empty like room with maybe just a carpet on it and probably drapery and stuff from back when it was being used. Pull up. I have there's a few chairs in the room. I pull one of them into the center of the room and deposit the unconscious clone on it. I
Hmm.
stare at it for a good 30 seconds.
Hmm.
And then I leave the room, and as I close the door behind me, is I think when Phineas shows up,
hmm And I think I look at you and I say, "Have you seen Trek?"
Well, no, I haven't. And I'm like, I sort of like blink when you address me. I like blink and like think about the question for a moment before actually answering it. So,
Right.
no, I haven't. But there's a man in here, and I'm like standing directly in front of the doorway, not intentionally, but I happen to be blocking it. So I
Right.
just do a thumb behind me. He looks like me.
Like you? Is he your brother?
No, he's me. Like he looks exactly like me. Same suit, same phone, which got the same like messages. And I like hold up two phones and I turn them both on. And now that I turn the other one off airplane mode, like the same messages and stuff are flooding into both. They both say exactly like 502 texts, like the exact same number, things like that. I say, I like look at the phone to like hold them up to you, still holding them up. I say, he's me, but normal. I knocked him out with like, and I just do the motion. I don't say anything. Like he's me, but before.
Mm-hmm. I say that's strange. What caused it?
I don't know if in character I know.
You know what? Actually, can I take that back? I think Phineas would have a different reaction.
Okay.
Phineas would say, "Is he injured?"
He's unconscious. But no, no.
May I see him?
He thinks for a long moment if there's any harm in that.
You're cutting out again.
Yeah. Okay. I say don't wake him if you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I open.
Do I have a way of how does it work in this edition, Will? Can I like mind pulse to Trek?
You can just talk to him.
We can telepathize
there.
with each other, right? We have effectively telepathy with each other.
Yep.
You don't have to find him. Doesn't matter where he is. You can talk to him.
Right. Yeah, I think this is all new to Phineas. So Phineas just figures this out, and as he opens the door to the room where the duple steel is, I think he calls out and he says, "Brother Trek, are you busy?"
I've been keeping an eye on the border, making sure whatever is trying to incur into the chancel has stopped.
Phineas. So I'd like to do two things, if I may. I think I may, according to the rules.
Sure.
The first is I'd like to just assess the situation with respect to the clone. One intention is to check for wounds, for damage, for anything like that, because that's something that would matter to Phineas.
Right.
But also I think I'm just maybe doing an aspect. Maybe this is an aspect miracle where I'm invoking. I'd like to just literally do a. Is this exactly the same as? I'd like to where you do those comparisons. Where it's like two images, and one of these images has 7 things that are different.
Right.
I want to do that level of comparison.
Sure. I mean, it'll depend on what level of aspect you're using.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 2, and I have a 3 discount, so I can get up to 5 without spending.
Let me see here.
Let me figure out aspect. Here we go. Let me go through the rules. Legendary mastery. At this level, you become like a great legendary master. Your body becomes light, and you have total conscious control over it. Every muscle, every system, every portion. You're more sinuous than a snake. You can run on top of grass or balance on a thread. You can leap 30, 40, 50 yards. Yeah, so this is
right.
like greater than. This is a level of comparison that exceeds like any mortal or like I think computer comparison.
Right. Okay.
Like if Deep Blue couldn't find
But it still
a
is
difference.
making sense, basically, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not going to see something you couldn't see or smell something you couldn't smell.
Right. Yes, I'm still very much operating in the mundane world.
Sure. So I think I'll just tell you, first, like you'll find out he's completely healthy right now.
Okay.
So this must have been before the car crash, even because there's no broken leg. And when you look at him to see if he's exactly the same, you get the feeling that he was. So Robert probably seems like a little bit more aggressive and even feral.
Mm-hmm.
And like you get the idea that this previous Robert started off at the same place Robert did, and now is going along the same lines. Like maybe his like the stitching on his coat is getting a little bit more primitive. His fingernails aren't quite so carefully cut.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of thing. Starting to get a little bit more hairy.
Oh, interesting. A little more primitive, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, that is interesting. But otherwise it's like but otherwise it's Robert.
Right.
And I don't know if you can hear me properly, but I sort of peek and I'm from behind you. I'd say, "What is he?"
He's you, but more. Not more. He's less.
But there's nothing hidden.
Not that I can see. Does he have your powers? Can you sense?
I just shake my head. I would not have been able to incapacitate him if he did. Not at least with a single easy blow.
I say, but you struck him. Did he threaten you?
No.
I don't know. This is also strange to me. And then can I mind call to? I'd like to have a conversation with Trek as well, and we can all do this together if you want.
Yeah.
But I think I say to Robert, he sleeps peacefully for now. All this is so strange. Perhaps one of us should watch him, but I see no reason to bind him for more violence. In the meantime, Trek, I need your help.
From my perspective, does it look like we're in any immediate danger from the excrucian outside that was trying to get in?
Doesn't seem that way. You being what you are, probably there are ways they can get in without directly overpowering the magic of the chancel. The walls, the boundaries of the chancel. But
Okay.
without actually going outside and finding out where they are, it's kind of hard to know how close they are to finding a way in.
All right. Is there anything I could do? But can I perform a miracle on the chancel itself, or is that something that you really don't do?
I think you can. What is it you want to do?
I was thinking of a creation or summoning that makes this place harder to find, like harder to get into.
Sounds like Persona, huh?
It's domain. Make a place more secluded and forgotten is what I was looking at.
Okay. Let me take a look at this. Obviously, it's a matter of scale.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if
make
it
a place
applies to
more
a chancel.
lesser creation is not enough for a whole chancel.
Another creation is like one object or one thing, right?
Right,
One
or
person.
It's
like
like
if
a
you have a
city
cave,
block-sized area.
right?
Oh, okay.
Is what they say.
Um,
But our chancel is bigger than that.
Yeah, I mean, I
Right.
could go up to a 7.
yeah, you can go up to 7.
Yeah.
Create whole cities out of air, drown whole continents. Yeah, if you wanted to hide a whole chancel, you could do it at 7.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do for now. Is shunt. Well, not so much move the chancel as make it so that it's not able to be found from the outside anymore.
Okay. What would
Hide
it
it.
appear to an outsider to be like?
It will have been destroyed by a meteorite.
Foreshadowing. I think to an outsider, it just to make it fit within this. Yeah, to an outsider, I think it looks like the chancel has just disappeared.
Okay.
But in reality, I'm just forbidding the knowledge of this place to anything not in this place.
Overall, in general, no matter what? Or just currently? In this
I mean, at this
if
point,
we leave, we'll forget it.
yeah, well, sorry. I'm
Okay.
chalking this up to him not really knowing what he's doing. So
That's a little bit scary. Okay, I'll allow that. So you are creating a forgetfulness spell. Everybody forgets that the chancel is there.
I suppose we could make it like at anybody. Yeah, I think it only affects people currently outside. I don't think like
right.
if we go out, I don't think both.
So answer me this: if you forget that a place exists while you're looking at it, and you still see it when you know it's not there, what happens?
Well, I gotta ask if I'm doing this correctly because it might be a
So
destruction.
here's the thing, right? Like, you want them to forget that this place exists.
Yeah.
But they're already partially inside.
That's gotta cause a little bit of dissonance.
So I'm gonna say that you do it, and they forget this place exists. But now they have a mystery that they're trying to solve.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So how I want that to function is more like Trek has erased the concept of this chancel off of the map, off of any map anywhere, and that's even internal maps, like knowledge of the place.
Right.
So I guess that stone tablet that we had, like the return trip marker is now gone.
Sure.
You know.
Okay. I guess yeah, even what's his face? The Angel of Destruction can't remember about this place.
Can the meteor find it?
Theoretically, the meteor is already inside Chancel.
Yeah, fair enough.
It is. And also, I think it just is already headed towards it, whether or not it knows about it.
Yeah.
That's fine. I have a plan.
I mean,
I
you're
do as
basically
well.
on a Wonder Woman's secret island, right? Like, if a meteor is going to hit that island, doesn't matter how invisible it is.
Right, like the meteor is not actually headed towards the chancel; it's just going on a path
Which
that
is
the chancel
there.
happens to be in. We haven't changed the
Right.
location of the chancel; we've just stopped
Right.
things from remembering where it is. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Now, I think my character, Robert says to you, Phineas, give me a few minutes with him.
Of course. And
Yeah.
can I do my Primarch? You can go first, or I have a conversation with Trek to have. But I leave the room.
So yeah, as Trek finishes up removing knowledge of the chancel, Phineas, you hear him say, I think I've bought us some time. Wow, I didn't like doing that. But I think we bought us some.
I say, Trek, you know that if anything pains you, you can always talk with me.
Well, removing a destination is it's not painful so much as, well, I guess it would be sort of like losing a loved one, if that translates.
Mm-hmm. I nod. And you know that if anything were to threaten your domain, that I would be your ally with you.
I have not been accustomed to conversing with humans long, but it sounds as if you would like a favor from me.
I say, not a favor. I've learned something. There is I don't know if you would know the word, a meteor, a rock in the sky. It's very large and it's coming here and it will destroy us all. I need you to make it wander.
I can attempt to do such a thing. Both. Now, I have a question. This meteor is a miracle from that angel, right?
Right.
Can I turn the meteor? Do you subscribe to the idea that a meteor is just a giant wandering rock, and can I turn it into an anchor?
Sure, you can do that. Go for it.
All right. So yes, I'd like to make the meteor my anchor.
All right, so you can see it. It's a little bit far away normally, but basically within line of sight. It's cool. You like do some mystical mumble jumble, get yourself closer. Like you don't have a body anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can anchor this meteor.
All right. Yeah, I would like to do that. I would like I would like to the meteor be extension of wandering.
Sure. So the meteor is, it's just kind of floating from its perspective. Like it's not going anywhere. It's just, the gravity is bringing me over here. We'll get to, there's a sun. Isn't that weird? Oh, I'm on fire now. Like setting off parts of its icy exterior as it gets closer. Make that flaming trail. Like, this is cool. I mean, hot, but you know what I mean.
Does the meteor have a name?
Ooh.
Andrew.
Gun and Gap.
Gun and Gap. Okay, well, it's mine now.
It's yours.
Yes, and I shall set it to just wandering around, like orbiting the physical land that we're on in our chancel.
Okay.
It just orbits us.
So if you go to make it so it'll never hit,
Mm-hmm.
then you will get the sense that you are violating like a fundamental part of reality. Like the fact that meteor is going to hit here is super important.
Okay.
Like that's like as fundamental as you are to the world.
Okay, so this is just the basic truth of the universe that this thing must hit here.
Yeah.
All right.
And like you feel in the core of your body, like denying the basic truths of the universe is bad.
You could make it hit here, but either very slowly or have it be very tiny, or both.
Or a long time from now. You could set it on a path
Yeah.
to hit us in 1,000 years.
When it hits, it has to try and destroy all the dinosaurs.
Okay.
All the dinosaurs.
All the dinosaurs. So it won't hit really slowly. If it does, it'll explode really violently. You know, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
But you could totally make it take a long time to get here.
Now, you said it's a very bad thing to violate this truth that it's going to hit. Could I
Right.
still attempt to do that?
Yes.
And what would the effect of that be?
It would cost you both your divine health levels, and reality would basically reject you and try and erase you from ever existing.
Well, I mean,
That sounds like a bad thing.
it is a bad thing, but I almost have to do it just to see what happens.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I know no universal truth. I reject your reality
You're
and
a
substitute
concept.
my own.
All right.
I think that's basically the catchphrase for Nobilis, actually.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, well, the catchphrase for Nobilis usually doesn't involve taking this bargain, but okay. So just so you know, deadly wounds take a story plus a month of in-game time to heal.
Okay.
So you're basically not going to heal these.
I mean, are you talking with us about any of this, Trek? Or are you just making decisions?
There's
It's up to you. I'm again, this isn't me like having strong ideas about where the narrative goes.
Yeah, I think because we were talking, you start feeling the things that Trek is thinking about. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of experience with inner monologue, so it just gets broadcast.
Right. I mean, Phineas doesn't like suffering. Phineas does not want people to suffer, I think. So maybe like as you're about to do this, he calls out to you and says, "Brother Trek, surely there's another way."
I think, yeah, you're met with silence for a minute as the deluge of thoughts stops, and he says, there is not another way that would prevent it from hitting at all. This is going to happen if I don't do what I'm thinking about doing.
Mm-hmm. I have a question for the Hollyhock God. How destructive to the estate of dinosaurs will this specifically be?
I mean, there won't be any more dinosaurs. Okay, why don't you do a greater divination if you really want to know?
Yeah, that's good. I'm domain 1. Greater divination is what? 5? So I need to spend a point.
Okay.
So I call out to my estate to assess the threat.
So this is an extinction class meteor. When it hits the chancel, yeah, all the dinosaurs and chance are going to die. But also the meteor is going to be hitting the Earth as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because you're
technically
we're adjacent. We're reality adjacent to the Earth.
It's going to spread. Probably spread into the domain of birds, and kill all the birds as well. And you see a vision of a giant flood covering the world.
Yep, that's bad. I've read my Bible. Giant floods covering the world are bad.
Are they though? I mean, it's a celebrated event in your Bible. It's not bad necessarily.
I mean, I think it's bad. Like Phineas would think that it is bad because he wants to care for the poor and downtrodden, and killing them all wouldn't strike him as a solution. But we can debate that in character if you want. I mean, if there is nobody to travel, trek.
Fair.
Okay, so I think I relay this to you. I say, we have to stop it. The impact of the meteor here will affect all 7 billion lives on Earth.
Which puts me back at unmaking reality.
Mm-hmm. Or delaying it.
Yeah. I think for now, we'll
or shaping it in some way.
We could move. You've made it an anchor, but could you literally just? I guess literally making it wander is the thing that would give you all those wounds, right?
Making it wander forever.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we can. I don't have more to say here. I think I've articulated the stakes as Phineas sees them. So, Zen, if you want to make the call, or if we want to jump to Robert, that's okay with me.
I'm just looking at what I can do with anchors real quick. I could do a difficulty 9 Imperial Miracle on it with only 1 point spent right now.
Yeah, just tell your own Imperial Miracle.
Yeah. I mean, what happens when Imperial Miracles clash with each other?
There finds a way that they both come true.
That they both have it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it's still a zero-sum game.
I mean, there's ways. I'm just saying, there's ways that you can manipulate the situation to your benefit.
Right.
You can just stop it if that's what you want, but it will hurt you.
I think for now we're just going to slow it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to make it not happen for a while.
How long do you want?
We'll say 2 years.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that. So the meteor is going to. What do you give the meteor to explore for 2 years?
Its own sense of self. No.
No, wait. No, hang on. Phineas has an opinion on this. If you're still broadcasting what you're doing.
Yeah.
I say thank you, Trek. Some time will be perfect. I have another task, however. There is a world somewhere on the Ash where the people have golden skin, and I think perhaps the soul of the creator is there. Is it? Could your new pet find it for us?
I suppose we could ask it.
I think I know what to do when I'm there. I just need the path.
Yeah, so you like relay that star constellation to me, and I will consult the giant ball of rocky death to see if it's either seen it already or can find it.
Yep, that sounds great. That sounds like how you solve a problem in Nobilis.
All right.
Without doing a miracle, the meteor has no idea.
I can commune with my treasure.
Difficulty 8?
Should I join? Oh no, that's unleashing a joint effect. Isn't there something about interrogating it? Oh, getting some help is difficulty 4.
Yeah, I think Will. Sorry, Golden. I think you may need to define a mundane anchor, a wondrous anchor, or a miraculous anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a miraculous anchor.
All right, I could still do that for free from within the chancel. So
yeah,
I've got 5 treasure.
Yeah, you can do difficulty 7. Sure. So you ask it to find it for you, and it says, "Very well, I will find this world for you. Then I will come back and crush all the dinosaurs. Just follow me."
When you
And it just shoots off the other way.
I love this game so much.
Okay. Well, boys, I have some interstellar travel to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Your planet needs you. You must go.
I guess a quick whistle, and I'm on the back of Jonah again, following the more you know star.
All right.
Yeah, your 2-year mission.
Wow. Okay. Gonna try hard to follow that up. So, you're done, I assume?
Yep.
So we cut to Robert in his room, in the room, with just like his unconscious self there. He's like has his hands behind his back and is pacing for a moment. And I think as the clone begins to stir, Robert finally comes to the decision point. And yeah, I grab a sharp object, which my affliction says is somewhere nearby.
Right.
What would it be?
Probably just a piece of rock.
Yeah, I grab a piece of very sharp rock. One of those like flat ones that's triangular.
Yeah.
And I walk over to him. What do? I think that I sort of like pull his. He has short hair. Robert does, but not that short. So I like pull his head back via his hair, and then with the rock, I don't like slit his throat or anything. I actually carve into his forehead like a solid line across it. I don't know. I think that is good imagery. I think I want to claim this clone as a mundane anchor of mine.
Okay. So you try, but it's already an anchor.
Okay. Can I make it my anchor?
Let me look at this real quick here.
Yeah. I want to exercise it as an anchor for someone else and make it mine.
How do you fight over anchors? I don't think this has ever happened. I think you have to beat the controller, who right now doesn't really understand. Is like mystified. Like there's this there's an anchor of mine somewhere where,
but I don't know where.
I don't know what's going on there. But
yeah,
that means it must be important. Let's defend this anchor.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think the most reasonable thing to happen here is possession. That the War Mane is going to possess your previous body in response to your trying to take control of it.
They're going to attack me, or
Not-
is it an exchange?
I mean, this is both of your actions occurring simultaneously.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a response.
So you attempt to make it your anchor, and in response, it possesses this anchor, and
Oh, okay.
takes a look around. Like you probably see your Robert Clone's eyes open up, like kind of shocked and looking around, and sees this stone.
Yeah, it like has
So
blood's
skull.
dripping down its eyes.
Yeah, and I think it like tries to wrestle away from you.
Yeah.
Like, what are you
is it
doing?
suddenly much stronger, or is it still like?
It doesn't seem much stronger.
Okay.
It's like maybe its expression changes a bit, and I think you see like the eyes go black and become filled with stars.
There we go. Well, I start to open my mouth talking to like Robert, but obviously then I realize that isn't Robert. That isn't like the clone, or just the clone, rather. So in that case, I think I will do two. Can I do two miracles simultaneously?
You can only make one action at a time, but you can maintain two miracles.
Okay. There's no point in doing that. I think that I will. First, I don't quite know how to invoke this, but there is the property of my of sages, and that is comes in many forms. So I would like to change to look like a different person.
Okay, so that sounds like a persona miracle. You're enchanting yourself. Emulation. Let's see here. Difficulty 3. So, you can do that for free. So, what do you appear like now?
I think. What? Oh. Can I make myself appear like the Imperator, but like free?
Sure.
I'd like to do that to see how they respond.
Okay.
So that's my action. That's my first action.
All right. So you both taken one action. Like their action was to break free, which you didn't resist, and your action was to appear like your Imperator, which they don't resist. But I think they do see you change, right?
Okay. My intent was to change before they saw me.
I mean, they saw you when you were, when they possessed the body originally, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. So you want to do that before that. Okay, so at this point, so you're trying to make a faster action. So I can respond to that in what's called a flurry, and we keep redescribing our actions we have like 2 or 3 goes at this, and then if we haven't resolved it satisfactorily, we have to write down our final actions, and that's what we do. All right?
Okay.
So instead of trying to escape from you, so they're going to try and make a copy of you after you transform.
I would like to resist that. How do I do that?
Okay, so now you re-describe your action to resist that.
Okay.
But now remember, you're not necessarily transforming anymore.
I know.
Okay.
I think what I bring to them is that I by their head. I grab them by the neck as soon as I see the stars in their eyes, and push and basically pick them up and push them against the wall with probably cracks in the wall, which should help distract them from the concentration to make a clone, since that's probably a bit disorienting.
So you want to disorient them so that they can't make a clone.
Yes, disorient and incapacitate by having my hand around their neck and then pushed against the wall.
Okay.
Does that work?
I think they won't change their action.
Okay.
I think they will take a wound instead. How tough is this, pushing them against the wall?
I am not sure.
You're not sure? Okay.
Holy. I would use it. I don't think it would be hard, but in terms of miracle level, it would be higher. Because using aspect, I think I have 7 by default.
Right. So that's probably what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at where's damage. Come on. Here it is. So there's a chart I'm looking for. There we go. Okay. Okay, we don't want that. Alright, so you can't resist that. Alright, so they won't take a wound for that. I think what they're going to do is... Let me see here. What else can they do?
They can take a wound. What else can they do? Do they have multiple types of wounds?
Oh, they could, but it would be a deadly wound to resist an Aspect 7 miracle.
Okay.
And that's not really what they wanted to do at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their intent is just going to be to see where they are and determine what's going on and what this place is.
Okay. So they're rewriting their action again?
Yep.
Okay. I will rewrite my action probably slightly then. I'm okay with them seeing where they are. I won't resist that. What I will do is try to I think I'd like to incapacitate them. Not knock them out or anything, but I mean I probably use my hands to hold I hold them in place so they aren't going anywhere, basically.
Sure. All right, fine. So that's what happens. So
Correct.
You have pinned them, and
on the ground.
They are looking around wildly.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out where they are, and they get this dawning realization as being somewhere. They are now inside the area, so they're allowed to remember what they had forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
And their eyes widen. And
I say, looking at the starfilled eyes, who are you?
I'm your reflection, Robert.
Name?
Do you want the name of the face I'm wearing,
No.
Robert? All right, let me open my Word document because I wrote this down.
Okay.
Oh, actually, it's over here. So, my name is Asila Salam.
You're an excursion.
Very astute.
Shrugs. What do you want? Why did you create this body? I think simultaneously to this, he's teleporting the others. He's telepathying the others to get in here to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did want to retcon that I actually didn't have to follow that meteor.
Yeah, you don't.
At a level 7, I can access them from anywhere. So
Yep.
Okay.
That makes sense. And I need to summon a pterodactyl or something to follow it. So actually, you know what? I do that anyway, and then I show up wherever. I want to show up wherever sadism is.
Okay, so you just a pterodactyl head crashes through the window,
So are you all showing up in this room?
oh yeah.
Well, I'm on my way now.
Yeah. So Asila says, your companion was trying to keep me out. And you inhaled my plague.
So that was all.
It's not all.
Listen, we have a lot to deal with right now. Could you come back, say, tomorrow, when there aren't 1,000 different things trying to destroy us at the same time? Only one of which are you.
Oh, I don't need to destroy you. You haven't proven yourself worthy for death.
I would like to use a miracle, I think it's lesser divination, about how I might best hurt her.
Okay. So, so there's basically two ways, right? If you refuse her to life of somebody she decides is worthy of death, that'll work. The problem is you also know that you can't actually hurt her inside this body. You will just hurt Robert.
The body. Yeah, physically.
Yeah.
But emotionally...
She can leave this body whenever she wants.
Alright.
But this body is a link to hers.
Yeah. As a player, I don't know 100% how mortal skills work, but I'm very good at lying. I think I have a 4 in lying. Let me check.
Sure. So why?
Yes.
Okay, you can lie.
So I would like to try to lie to her and offer her something in exchange for her allowing me to use this body as my anchor.
Okay.
I think I say to her, I can use it. I just say I just tried to claim this body as my own, but you were already there. It is a vessel that is already full. Leave it and sever your ties with it, but leave it be. the me here from before, and we will give you what you want. This Imperator is no friend of ours. It's done this to me against my will. I'm perfectly fine to hand it over.
Okay. So you want to make an intention about this lie?
I want the excursion to not immediately, but like first, unclaim the anchor, basically.
Okay. So how are you going to do this lie?
Mechanically, I have a skill of 4 in lying.
Yep.
Which is
Remember, you can
good.
do aspect miracles to lie as well.
Indeed. So I think I will combine that. I don't know if they add together or something.
Not really.
Okay. You know what's a thing that's good to do? I've always been looking for excuses to have a high ask my miracle thing. And not the thing I can always do successfully, which seems really useful.
Okay.
So I think I might aspect 9 this. Spend 2 miracle points to bump it from a 7 to a 9.
All right. So what lie is this that you're telling that you can do over and over again?
Oh, it's a specific lie each time. Not just
Yeah,
lying
it's a
in
specific
general.
lie.
Okay.
I guess this is a lie that I'll give you what you want.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you what you want in exchange for doing what.
All right.
Yeah. That's the lie that I would like to have mastered.
Damn. All right. So she's going to believe your lie, but she says, but as soon as I leave this body, I won't remember what's in here anymore.
His name, the Arbar Imperador, to deliver it to you. It's wounded and not exactly in any shape to fight or resist.
If you can force your Imperator to leave the chancel, I can take it from there. Just dump it out anywhere.
Then that I will.
Very well.
Very well. See you soon.
And they pop out of the body.
Okay. Firstly, I'm going to spend the 2 miracle points on my character because it'll be super slow. Because slow computer right now.
Mm-hmm.
So just a sec. Okay. Then I would like to immediately, once again, try to claim it as my.
Sure, it's your anchor. So yeah, I think you see the Robert like be very confused, and then like you're just flooding all this sadism into him. And when you're done, like you almost can't tell the two of you apart.
Oh, I wanted to keep him like old Robert, but have him.
That's not what anchors do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anchors are the best way I wrap my head around it. It's the familiar that you can cast your spell out of. You know.
I see. Still useful. I'm okay with this. So yeah.
And also they become loyal, right?
Yeah, they'll be very loyal to you. you will be ruining their life as much as your Imperator ruined yours.
Eh.
Okay.
Let me think.
Sadism alone. That's all it is.
No, I'm thinking about this. Actually, no, I didn't know. I didn't realize this. Okay.
So maybe you begin to do it, then you realize what you're doing and you stop? Or do you become what you hate?
We're gonna say something, Matt?
No, it's an aside. No, sorry.
Okay. So I don't think I do make them an anchor. I think I strongly consider it. It would be useful, but I don't think I do. For this me, I think I do the opposite in terms of something. If this Robert is like along the path of becoming more like me, I would like to stop that.
Okay.
I would like to, make them. I think lesser destruction is it. I would like to remove all traces of sadism on this person.
I mean, if you do that, weren't you a little bit sadistic before?
Yes, this would be actually better than before Robert's deal.
All right. We will allow it. So they certainly can't resist.
Yeah, lesser destruction. Relieve someone of their addiction to sadism. Maybe it's greater destruction, which is remove every bit.
Lesser is fine. This is one person. Yeah, the power of life can kill with lesser destruction.
Okay. Then I do that to him, and so it's probably what would happen. I don't know what I do I don't know if I even have to do anything physically to him. I know I don't, but I can't think of anything cool.
So what does it look like, though?
Doing this to him, I think I know. I might know what I do. So he's still Robert is still disoriented and bleeding from this wound that I cut across his forehead. I put my thumb to the wound, which blood is still running out of because I just made 10 seconds ago. And I press against it hard for a moment, and my thumb glows for a second. I think it actually keeps glowing, and as I pull my thumb away, you can see sort of almost a reddish mist that looks almost like blood coming out of the wound and being absorbed into me via my thumb. I am absorbing this Robert Steele's latent sadism into myself and removing it from him.
All right, cool. Yeah, so that mist just comes into your body, and Robert looks very disoriented. One of the things is when you were possessed by whoever controlled the anchor, they don't remember what happened when they were possessed. So they're very disoriented. You're sucking out all their negative impulses, and I think they have to faint after that, right? That's kind of a ordeal you go through. So let's say they faint, and let's take a break there.
Perfect.
Cool.
All right.
Just gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
And I'm left wondering what sort of things a person with no negative impulses does.
Yeah.
Well, no sadism. They can still be selfish and other stuff, but yeah.
Right. But I mean, I don't want to sound like a very down on the human condition, but sadism is a motivating factor for a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Revenge.
Yeah. The question is what flows in to fill the area where sadism used to.
Or does anything?
We can find out because I don't plan to give up this NPC lightly. I have ideas for what to do with this NPC. I was tempted to have my character tempted to torture them, and either they would be the most tempted to torture themselves or the least tempted to torture themselves. Wasn't sure.
I thought that for sure you were going to go send them to live your life for you.
That's what I was thinking too.
That's what I thought.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Oh, we've lost.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes, and we'll pray to the internet gods while we're at it.